Good morning, I'm Tricia Bear from the Guardians of Service podcast, and today our two guests are going to be Kasha Lindley, and she's the founder and the CEO of Hope for 22 a Day, and then we also have Lisa Watson here, who is also the world's Miss Route 66 Tourism, and these two ladies are our guests today. How are you all doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Okay. I'm doing great. What is the mission for Hope 22 a Day?
Our mission is to strengthen the physical and mental well-being of both former and current military service members through community support. And we were founded back in July of 2022. I originally had started a TikTok at the time, and we did a fundraiser after the 13 fallen soldiers had happened. My husband and I were stationed up at Offutt Air Force Base in Nebraska, and he came home with a list of items that were needed on base from the chaplain's office. And I looked at that list and I basically said, we have $200 that we can do something with. We can make a little bit of a dent. Or what I ended up doing was I went to all the bigger creators on TikTok and I bought different merch like beard oils and tumblers and t-shirts, and we used it as auction items to hopefully maybe double what we had. And overnight we made over $5,000 that we were able to go to the store and buy diapers for the babies that were being handed over the walls, and soap and shampoo and feminine products for our men and women who were on the front lines.
So they handed the babies over the wall?
Well, after the 13 fallen soldiers had happened, I know that was kind of a big thing that was going on the news and everything. They were handing their children, across the lines just to get them to safety and everything. And so they were bringing over to Offutt Air Force Base the refugees that were coming in from over there. And so there was a lot of children, a lot of women, that were seeking refuge that we were bringing over. And so they were asking for toys for the kids and diapers and wipes and things like that. So.
Okay. On the 22 veterans, the reason it's called Hope for 22 a Day, and people may not know this, but right now about 22 veterans a day kill themselves. Why do you think that is that they are killing themselves?
I think a lot of it comes down to, and this is something that I've worked with a friend of mine. His name is Dr. Kevin Cameron. He's a licensed psychologist out there in California and a combat veteran as well. And he recently had just got it to where the United States recognized the military as a culture. And when it comes to, getting out of the military, it's not quite like culture shock, but it is in a sense when you think about it. And so I think a lot of it has to do with the resources not being out there enough, the awareness of the resources that are not out there enough. It's also the camaraderie that is missed within the military as well. And then the main thing where I come in, or where I'm hoping to come in, I'm working on a program with Dr. Kevin for the military spouses to help them better understand what our soldiers are coming home from war with, the mental illnesses and everything. Because you can sit there and send the veteran to the VA, you can sit there and send them to therapists all day long and shove pills down their throat and everything. But at the end of the day, it's the families that keep them together, that keep them whole. And if we don't know how to help them, then, what's the point? Yeah. We're the foundation of the veteran, the families are. So.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I tell my husband and people all the time that I couldn't have done what I've done for 21 years if it wasn't for my husband. Taking care of things at home and helping, help manage my stress level.
Yeah.
From being in the military.
Absolutely.
How can we help those veterans or soldiers see the light and give them hope so that they don't harm themselves?
Well, what we do over here at Hope for 22 a Day, we do boxes for troops deployed overseas, the active duty, and then we do backpacks for homeless veterans. This is just a small portion. Obviously, in all actuality, it takes a community more than just one organization or one charity to come together and base on all of these needs that are needed, the mental health aspect, giving to the homeless, and then helping out the active duty as well. I think what it comes down to is the community and the support and the awareness that constantly goes out. The more we bring awareness to this need, the better off we're going to be in the future. And the more we educate our children on these aspects, the better off we will be as well.
Okay. And then what events does Hope for 22 a Day organization, what events do you have coming up?
I'll let Miss Lisa
Yes.
answer this one.
We currently are taking applications, doing calendar search for our new 12 Girls, which is a way that we do fundraise money for. We do all branches and first responders are covered in this calendar, and that helps us be able to purchase extra things for our backpacks and our boxes that we send to veterans overseas, and that we do give out around here, like a Sooner Stand Down and the Veterans Alliance in Tulsa, things like that.
Okay, and then we have a copy of your calendar here. So this calendar they can purchase for $30
Yes.
for the calendar, and it's got the different pictures of the Battle and Betties in there.
There are several of the calendar girls that are Battle and Betties, but these also feature women of all walks of life. Some are veterans, some are veteran supporters, some are from family veterans. So it's amalgamation of a lot of women.
Yes.
Okay, and then they also sell bars of soap
Mm-hmm.
and
And
a
then you
challenge
have,
coin.
A gorgeous coin.
Rosie River.
Yes.
So one of the events that we do have coming up with the Battling Betties is a poker run this summer.
Okay.
And we're hoping to include our backpacks with this. We don't have a set date just yet, but we are working with the president of the Battling Betties to bring this together. We're hoping to have different stations set up in Oklahoma City that have the backpack supplies at each station. So
Okay.
for those who are joining us for the poker run, the bikers, when they sign up and they show up, we're going to hand them one of our backpacks. They're going to pack a few things at the first stop, and then they'll go to the second stop, pack the next few things, and so on and so forth. And then we will be dropping them off at the
Sooner Stand Down.
Yes.
It's usually in September in this city. We will be distributing some of these lovely backpacks that are filled with lots of goodies that we are able to put in there through various donations and fundraising efforts. But some of the things are like lovely MREs. And we have a few of the good home snacks that they're used to. We also have like baby wipes, toothbrushes, t-shirts, and there are blankets in there, weatherproof blankets if I'm not.
either blankets or sleeping bags.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's also an emergency kit in there with Band-Aids and antiseptic and stuff like that as well. So.
All right, and then how much do you sell the bar soap for and the challenge coin?
So the challenge coin, I believe, is $25, and the soap. My husband was deployed over in Kuwait a few years ago, and there was a lady who ended up doing a whole bunch of homemade bars of soap that we sent 100 boxes to them for. And my husband called me whenever he received them, and he said, "What did you do?" And I was like, "I don't know. What did I do?" And he was like, "They're fighting over the soap right now."
Oh, really?
And I was like, "What? They're not fighting over the Cheetos or the ramen or anything? No, they're fighting over the soap." And I was like, "Really?" So it gave me the idea, what if I came up with a way for the general community to help out with this as well. So basically it's buy a bar of soap, and it donates a bar of soap to the boxes or the backpacks that we do, and they're $11 a piece, and that includes shipping and handling. One of them is my absolute favorite, and this one is actually my husband's. He specifically asked for something that reminded him of the shopping area over there in the Middle East. Sandalwood and Myrrh is the Mr. Red, White, and Blue soap. And then we have a Red Friday soap, which is cashmere. We did, of course, remember all 4 branches, or the ones that actually count at least.
Okay.
So we have our Army soap, which is espresso, because we know how much you guys love your caffeine. We have the infamous, and this is our best-selling soap for some reason. You'll love this. We have our marine soap that comes complete with little crayons in them and everything. And the disclaimer on the outside says for external use only, in case, but we all know they can't read anyways, right?
Right.
But it smells of Fruit Loop cereal.
Oh, wow. I like that.
And then, of course, we have our Navy Men. We didn't forget about you guys. We have bourbon and birchwood because we wanted to give you wood, and get you drunk at the same time because, you know. And then there's the infamous Air Force One. And my husband loves it whenever I say this. It's the Chair Force One because it smells just like the 4-star hotel they came out of.
Yes. I call my husband that all the time. I said, you mean the Chair Force, right? He was in the Air Guard. So, yeah.
There you go.
I like that.
Sorry, I hope that.
Oh, no, I love it. I tell him that all the time because we're always going back and forth between the branches. But, yeah.
Absolutely.
I like that one.
I have a little bit of a sense of humor.
That's awesome. Okay, and so Lisa just covered a lot of the items that go into the backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were saying on the Air Force, we go to the field for 2 weeks and we eat MREs,
Mm-hmm.
and then they go to the field to a hotel for 2 weeks and eat catered lobster for the Air Force. So that is a true story, by the way.
Yes.
Let's see. So we talked about the calendar being $30, and then the proceeds from the care packages, you send packages to deployed troops.
Mm-hmm.
How many packages have you sent?
Well, it varies from year to year. It's anywhere between 50 to, this past year we were able to do 200 backpacks.
Okay.
But in all grand total, we've done about 500, sorry, not backpacks, boxes. I get them confused.
Yeah, boxes.
But we've done about over 500 boxes
Okay.
to troops overseas. Sorry.
All right. That's awesome.
Everything in each box is, well thought out of, like I said, between the soaps and everything. One of the things that I do is I go to one of the local schools and I ask the kids to make little ornaments, for the boxes and everything. And that's one thing that my daughters have helped out with the past couple of times. Southwest Tech is the little college out there in Altus, Oklahoma, that helped us with the boxes this last year. Is a bunch of amazing kids that came together. Not only helped us pack the boxes, but they made little Christmas cards for the boxes as well. So the graphic design team out at Southwest Tech was an amazing group of children that helped us out with that.
They are very, very talented.
They are.
And they're out of Altus, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. And then you were talking about the Platinum Transparency on your website. What is that about?
So the Platinum Transparency is basically a website that contributes different organizations, and it gives a transparent receipt of where the money is going, basically. So I believe there's bronze, silver, gold, and then platinum. And we've gotten platinum on our website since we've been instated since 2022.
Okay. And on the Battle and Buddies, what is the mission of Battle and Buddies?
We are out there to raise awareness, PTSD for veterans and first responders. We also provide an extensive resource list on things such as dental. There is a lot of groups out there available to veterans that can send them on trips and get them, camaraderie with fellow vets, and they do day trips like fishing. There is one that we have just recently learned that sends them on cruises. And so that is just getting these resources out there, because it's not just one person. It's it's a mix of everybody.
Yeah, so it's a coalition of different groups trying to get
Yes.
together.
And then we keep our list updated, several times a year so that it's fairly current and up to date, and it helps out a lot of people because some of these veterans don't know that there's these organizations out there that they're like, oh, you're in a pinch. I mean, there's someone that can help you out.
Absolutely.
And where can they find this list of organizations?
We have it listed on the Battle and Betty's website.
Okay.
And we also can, if you email us, battleandbettysok.org, they can send you a list as well.
Yeah, there's a group called Eagle Ops out of Tulsa, and they help veterans build camaraderie. So they have different events. What kind of events did you say they had?
They have fishing events. They have these rally points that these veterans can get together and get with like-minded people. And it's a lot of the time these people have more knowledge of what goes on and how you can better get help. And it's a great company or I wouldn't say company, it's a great organization that is very instrumental in helping. The Battle and Betty's does a lot with them. We hand out medals every year at their 5K. We help support them at various events that they do have. So they are a fantastic organization as well.
Yeah, and Eagle Ops also does a shooting competition every month, I believe.
Oh, wow.
So the veterans can join that competition, and then they have that calendar where if you have any veterans events whatsoever, they'll put it on their calendar so more people are aware of what events are coming up.
Awesome.
On the Hope for 22 a Day, and what's their website and where someone can contact them if they want to make a donation or they need help in any way?
Absolutely. It's hopefor22aday.org. Or if you're interested in sending us donations personally, we do have a shipping address, but go to the email address at hopefor22aday@gmail.com and you can email us what you plan on sending and everything. We're open to any and all donations. There is going to be an Amazon wish list, and we always post it live right before February, but it'll be live tonight around 8 p.m. On the website, and that's kind of what we base most of our donations out of. So that way people who have, smaller budgets can, shop for what they can actually afford versus, it's more of a hands-on community thing if we do it that way. We also have various different companies that have donated to us, like this past year. AmmoCan gave us about 500 meals, MREs, to put into backpacks and everything. And then, of course, Tent and Camping gave us some sleeping bags that we were able to utilize as well. So we're open to any and all donations. And that is, like you said, where you can get your calendar and your soaps and everything. That is our main fundraiser that we do every year. Miss Lisa, is our Army for this year, and she's debuting in the January segment of the calendar as well as the AmmoCan. So if there's any sponsors or anybody who's willing to sponsor us, we do give them a shout out in our calendar as well as on all of our social media and our website.
Okay. And then if you want, I'll give you the website for Guardians of Service podcast, which is what we're doing here. So we have all kinds of different resources that have helped veterans, like Heroes for Hope, Eagle Ops, different agencies that will actually go to their house and help do whatever they need to do if they can't do it themselves. So there's all kinds of resources there that might help them also.
Absolutely.
I'm also a veteran service officer, so I help veterans in Henrietta at the VFW, but I represent the DAV on the paperwork side of helping veterans. So if any veterans need help with their benefits, give me a call at 479-414-0952. And I'd love to go over your VA benefits with you and try to help you get your benefits that you deserve and that you've earned. Did you already give out the phone number for your organization? Is there a phone number?
There is a phone number. There's several though. It's not just mine. It's all of our board members. So I don't know if you wanted just mine or if you wanted.
If you want to give out the one that's the board members.
Okay. Well, I'll just say, so you can contact my phone number at 318-678-3054, or you can contact my husband at 318-678-3055.
Okay. And then if we have any veterans that are in crisis that need help, they can dial 988.
Yes.
To
Absolutely.
get help. There's plenty of organizations out here that are here to help the veteran.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be afraid to ask for help. I know veterans are very independent and they like to do everything by themselves, no matter how big the project is. They try to do it themselves. But please ask for help. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength, actually,
Yes.
that you're asking for help, and we will help you. There's several organizations out here that will help you, whether it be the Disabled American Veterans, Battling Betties, Hope for 22 a Day. There's all kinds of agencies that are here to help veterans that really care about helping change their life and help improve their quality of life.
Absolutely. And if you guys are interested in coming and seeing our new Pinup Girls for the 2027 calendar, sorry, I forgot to mention, there is another
Yes.
event
Yes.
that we're doing this year. It's down in Dallas, Texas, or Frisco
Okay.
Stadium. And TK from The Verve is our amazing host. He's done this for the past few years. It's called celebritysoftball.org. And he gets together with veterans and first responders, and they play ball on the field out there at Frisco Stadium with a bunch of celebrities. So our Pinup Girls are going to be down there this year doing our pinup show at the pool party.
Okay.
And then we are also going to be kind of mingling in with the crowd. So if you want to take photos with any of our girls, you're welcome to. But he's a veteran himself as well, Air Force or Chair Force, however you want to. But he's a veteran himself, and he is very passionate about giving organizations like ours a big shout out. So there's more than just our organization that's there. There's several different organizations that help out veterans that come to this, that get a shout out and give their information out there about what they do and how they help. I know that there's a couple of them that help with service dogs, getting the veteran service dogs, and then there's mental health and everything as well. So please come down there. It is the weekend of September 11th.
Okay.
So they are doing a special this year, since this is obviously our America's 250th birthday, but also the 25th year of 9/11. So they are doing a memorial basically for the 9/11. So it's going to be firefighters and police versus celebrities this year. And we are actually going to be debuting our first ever 9/11 Pinup Girl as well for the calendar this upcoming year.
Okay, so it's a beauty contest for 9/11.
We always do a Pinup Girl contest,
Okay.
And so this year we're just debuting a brand new pinup look, which is going to be the 9/11 Pinup Girl. But all of these girls represent the different branches of the military, from Army to Navy and POW, KIA, and things like that. So every single one of these girls that come together, they also represent a different ribbon of awareness. So it's more than just a contest. It is a pinup show, and the reason why I say it like that is because we give out statistics, like say when Army is going across the stage, we give kind of a history of what the Army has done for America, and then we go into her ribbon is depression, so we go into the statistics on how depression affects the Army and everything. So as she's walking the stage, it's more of an educational awareness thing versus just a contest, you know.
Okay, I see. It's very interesting. And that's in Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas.
September 11th, the weekend of September 11th. Okay. And is there anything else you wanted to talk about or add to our program?
Just that, like you said before, you know, if it doesn't take you having to start an organization like this to help out in the community or to help out with our veterans. If you see a veteran that is in need, a lot of the times all they really want is just to be seen and to be heard. Having a cup of coffee with them sometimes is the biggest thing you can do for them. One of the things that I used to do before I did all this was I would love to go, you know, to Wendy's and get a bag of burgers and just, you know, let them know that they're not alone, basically. Sit down with them, share with them, your experiences, and hopefully maybe they'll share with you some of theirs too. It doesn't take an organization, it takes a community. You don't have to sit there and, do 100 backpacks. Sometimes even just one backpack can make a difference.
Yeah, and it's mainly letting the veteran know that they're not forgotten.
Yes.
And that their service is not forgotten. So
Absolutely.
that means a world of difference to all veterans.
Absolutely.
Well, I want to thank you both for joining us today and educating us about your program. And we really appreciate your support of veterans.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.